I welcome all to the 3 days national workshop on CSIR-NET preparation in life sciences organized by Botany for You. I thank the organizers for the opportunity given. Myself, Dr. R. Nithyatharani, Assistant Professor from Department of Microbiology, Cauvery College for Women, Autonomous Trichy. So today we'll be discussing about the topic, the organisms of health and agricultural importance from Chapter 9, Diversity of Life Forms.
At this juncture, with the COVID-19 pandemic situation, there is no much introduction needed as what microbiology deals with or what an microorganism is all about. So as we all know, microorganisms are broadly classified as bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa, and virus. It was Robert Koch, a German physician and microbiologist, who designed the criteria to establish the relationship between a causative organism and the disease. They are: the microorganisms must be found in abundance in all organisms suffering from the disease but should not be found in healthy organisms. Next, the microorganism must be isolated from a diseased organism and grown in pure culture. The cultured microorganism should cause disease when introduced into a healthy organism. The microorganism must be re-isolated from the inoculated diseased experimental host and identified as being identical to the original specific causative agent. This slide it shows various beneficial aspects of microorganisms such as their use in industrial applications as biosensors and biocatalysts, environmental applications like bioremediation, pharmaceutical applications example as probiotics, and finally the agricultural applications where microbes are used as biopesticides and biofertilizers. The microorganisms of the human body, that is the normal flora, contributes to the digestion, development of the immune system and to detoxify the harmful chemicals. Apart from this, they also play an essential role in the foods we enjoy, such as bread, cheese and wine. Microbiome is an essential component of immunity and a functional entity that influences metabolism and modulates drug interactions. It is true that it has been known since long time that microorganisms in the human body play an important role in maintaining the human health. No one could ever forget the astonishing role of microorganisms in the production of antibiotics. In the earliest years of antibiotic discovery, the antibiotics being discovered were naturally produced antibiotics and were either produced by fungi such as the antibiotic penicillin or by soil bacteria, which can produce antibiotics including streptomycin and tetracycline. Here comes the list of antibiotics with their source and action. For example, penicillin, which is obtained from Penicillium chrysogenum or Penicillium notatum, is used to treat tonsillitis, sore throat, gonorrhea, rheumatic fever, and some pneumonia types. Griseofulvin, which is obtained from Penicillium griseofulvum, is used as an antifungal, especially for ringworm. Bezitracin, obtained from Bacillus licheniformis, is used in the treatment of syphilis, lymphoma, or reticulosis. Streptomycin and chloramphenicol are obtained from Streptomyces. Streptomycin is used in meningitis, pneumonia, tuberculosis and local infection, whereas chloramphenicol is used for typhoid, typhus, whooping cough, atypical pneumonia, bacterial urinary infections. Tetracycline or aureomycin, obtained from Streptomyces aureofaciens, is used to treat viral pneumonia, osteomyelitis, whooping cough, and eye infections. Microorganisms are used for the commercial and industrial production of chemicals like organic acids, alcohols, and enzymes. Bacteria like Acetobacter aceti produces acetic acid, Clostridium butyricum produces butyric acid, Lactobacillus produces lactic acid, whereas fungi like Aspergillus niger produces citric acid. Apart from this, microbes play a role in the fermentation process too. Several species of bacteria in the large bowel synthesize cellulases and digest cellulose. Importantly, the major end products of microbial digestion of cellulose and other carbohydrates are volatile fatty acids, lactic acid, methane, hydrogen, and carbon dioxide. Thus, fermentation is the major source of intestinal gas. On this slide, it shows the fermentation end products of the organisms. Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is the yeast, it produces ethanol and carbon dioxide. Propionibacterium produces propionic acid, acetic acid, carbon dioxide, and H2. E. coli and Salmonella produces ethanol, lactic acid, succinic acid, acetic acid, CO2, and H2. Enterobacter produces ethanol, lactic acid, formic acid, butanediol, CO2, and H2. Here comes a list of enzymes with their applications. Protease obtained from bacilli, Pseudomonas, Clostridium, Rhizopus, Penicillium, and Aspergillus is used in washing powders, detergents, tannery, food industry, leather processing, pharmaceuticals, molecular biology, and peptide synthesis. Keratinase obtained from bacteria, actinomycetes, and fungi is used in animal feed production, textile processing, detergent formulation, leather manufacturing, and in medicine. Amylase obtained from Bacillus species is used in starch industry, paper and food industry, pharmaceutical industries, brewing industry, textile industry, and baking industry. Xylanase obtained from Thermoactinomyces thalophilus, Bacillus, Humicola, and Bispora is used in the bioconversion of hemicellulose for fuel and chemicals, fruit juice clarification, improving the human digestion, paper industry, and brewing industry. Ligninase and cellulase are obtained from certain basidiomycete strains. Examples: Polyporus, Panis, and Aspergillus species. Ligninase is used in denim washing. It is used as a biosensor, bioleaching, bioremediation, pollution control, treatment of recalcitrant chemicals in textiles and industrial effluents. Cellulose is used in glucose feedstock from cellulose, biorefinery, bioethanol production, and in paper pulp industry. Lipase is obtained from yeast and certain fungal strains. So they are used in detergents, dairy industry as feed supplement and therapeutic agent. Microorganisms in sewage treatment. Microorganisms are employed in the wastewater treatment systems and anaerobic digesters where they are responsible for the removal of pollutants and pathogens, recovery of nutrients and energy, and producing clean water. Anaerobic bacteria are an important element in the wastewater treatment processes. They are responsible for methane fermentation of sewage sludge, facilitating decomposition of macromolecular organic matter into simpler compounds. Microorganisms in biogas production. Methane is a predominant gas present in the biogas mixture. Certain bacteria grow under anaerobic conditions and produce a large amount of methane along with carbon dioxide and hydrogen. The bacteria which produce the gaseous mixture are collectively known as methanogens. Example, Methanobacterium. Biopesticides are used to control or kill some type of pest. The microorganisms which are used as biopesticide usually includes bacteria or fungi, but it can also be viruses or protozoa. Bacillus thuringiensis is a naturally occurring soil-borne bacteria that has been used since the 1950s for natural insect control. It consists of a spore which gives its persistence and a protein crystal within the spore which is toxic. Next, we have the role of microbes as biofertilizers. A biofertilizer or a microbial fertilizer or a bioinoculant is a substance which contains the living microorganisms which, when applied to the seeds, plant surfaces or soil, colonize the rhizosphere or the interior of the plant, and it promotes the growth by increasing the supply or availability of primary nutrients to the host plant. Examples include Rhizobium, Acetobacter, Azoospermum, and blue-green algae. Louis Pasteur, a French microbiologist and chemist renowned for his discoveries of the principles of vaccination, produced the first laboratory-developed vaccine, that is, the vaccine for chicken cholera. Pasteur attenuated or weakened the bacteria for use in the vaccine, as vaccination is a simple, safe, and effective way of protecting people against harmful diseases. As we all aware that there are so many vaccines available right from the childbirth to treat various diseases like hepatitis, DTP, and MMR vaccines. Though there are several ongoing clinical trials of both Western and traditional medicines available for COVID-19, the World Health Organization is coordinating efforts to develop vaccines and medicines to prevent and treat COVID-19. As we have come to the end of the session, let us discuss a couple of questions from the previous year question paper. First one, which of the following microbial fermentation are anaerobic? So you have four options. Option A, ethanol and acetone butanol. Option B, citric acid and propionic acid. Option C, penicillin and vitamin B2. Option D, streptomycin and rifampicin. So here the correct answer is option A, is ethanol and acetone butanol. Let us see the next question. Electrons are transferred from reduced coenzymes like NADH, NADPH to pyruvic acid or its derivatives during fermentation. Those final electron acceptors are reduced to the end products, for example, lactic acid, propionic acid, etc. The end products depend on the particular microorganisms and the substrate. Yes, of course. So they have given a list of organisms and their end products. So we have to match which one is correct. So Streptococcus will go with lactic acid. Clostridium produces butyric acid and isopropanol. Salmonella produces succinic acid and acetic acid. And finally, Enterobacter will produce butanediol and formic acid. So the correct option here is option C. Thank you one and all for your patient listening, and once again I thank the organizers of Botany for You for the opportunity given. Thank you.